I would like to now introduce Town Council President Cindy Matute-Brown. Just wanted to take a moment to take you all in because this is really special and important for so many of us. Whether you're directly impacted because you are a member of the Asian American Pacific Islander community, or you're a family, or a friend, or a neighbor. Thank you all for being here. This is really, really inspiring, and unfortunately we have to be here, right? But I'm glad that we're all here. I want to thank the HRC, the commissioners, the mayor for all of the work that they have put together to organize this event. I know it's quite challenging under the COVID times, but it's important for us to be here. And I should have taken out the paper correctly, so sorry, apologies in advance. Some of the most widely publicized footage of assaults against members of the Asian community are those that are perpetrated by Black people. But I want to ask you to ask yourselves, why is that? Many have begun to push a false narrative of a Black and Asian divide instead of calling out and naming the true culprit. It is a dangerous false narrative that serves as the master's tools, which have long proven successful to them. Because the more we as people of color are divided, the more they conquer. We will never dismantle the master's house with the master's tools. We must not be distracted by agendas and false narratives and acknowledge that the culprit is white supremacy. On April 7th, Holocaust Remembrance Day, I honored the memory of 6 million Jews whose lives were taken in the most horrific, violent, inhumane crimes in one of the darkest days of history. Yet here we are. The xenophobia, intolerance, prejudice, hate, and racism that we are witnessing and unfortunately experiencing today is the same xenophobia, intolerance, prejudice, hate, and racism that murdered 6 million Jewish brothers and sisters, yet here we are. It is not enough to be a footnote in a college textbook. This America, our America, held our Asian brothers and sisters in concentration camps. And it was this America, our America, whose immigration policies called for the Gentleman's Exclusion Act, which excluded Japanese immigrants. Yet here we are. It is not enough to pass mandates for diversity and inclusion in police reform, in criminal justice reform, education reform, to include the Amistad Commission and then not fund them. And I challenge each one of you to pay close attention to the discussions of our very own Board of Education, because none of our elected officials should be reluctant, hesitant, or regretful to expend monies on programs for diversity and inclusion for our students, who are our future and our leaders, yet here we are. It is not enough to accept that we as local officials stand in silence because we do not want to make things political. This is, by design, a politically charged issue. But most importantly, racism, xenophobia, intolerance, prejudice, and hate impact each one of our constituents, and we must not stay silent. It's why I am here. Let us commit to defeat racism in all of its forms by first acknowledging its existence in all of our systemic processes and being intentional about eradicating it from every corner of our systems and communities. In this space of collaboration, showing up for each other, speaking up and speaking out, voting out racist elected officials, ensuring policies are inclusive of diversity and are equitable, this is where we need to be together. Thank you all for being here. Please continue to show up. And I stand with every one of you, against hate and racism, and vow to always stand and speak up for you.